There have been some great teams and victories in CBA basketball history. Starting around 2001 or 2002, you could really see a difference in play. The excitement was building, and so were the accomplishments. Big Ten champs, Section 2 finalists, Section 2 champions. We were on an unprecedented run with great team after great team, led by some of the best players in the history of the school. Ryan Monahan, Josh Duell, Joe Bova, Luke Weaver, Greg Holly, just to name a few. Throughout the time that we were winning, it seemed like we had new rivalries each year. LaSalle, Schenectady, Bishop McGinn, Albany Academy. The growing energy and excitement continued to build until the great 2009-2010 season. Congratulations to all the players on this terrific team. Watching courtside as they progressed through that decade, it felt like the state championship was built on the successes of preceding teams. Whenever I'm in our gym and I look up at the banners, I think about the guys on those teams. They made us proud then, and they continue to do so today. For decades, we have been on a great run, but the 2010 state championship was the apex. A special congratulations to Coach Domel, who has since become the all-time leader in varsity basketball victories at CBA. Today, on Bro Nation Day, we celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the 2010 New York State Basketball Championship. Go Brothers.
Bro Nation, my name's Max Weaver. I was a member of the 2010 basketball team over at CBA. Over the next hour or so, myself along with some teammates and coaches will be giving some insight and some behind-the-scenes stories from the 2010 state title game.
Hey everybody, it's Jack. I'm from the class of 2010, and I'm here to talk about the Chris Brothers Academy 2010 New York State Championship basketball team.
Hey guys, Cameron Ritter, class of 2010. I'm here to talk about the state championship we won back in 2010.
Hello everybody, Rock Cancer here, class of 2011. Hope everyone's doing well in these difficult times and being safe out there.
Hey everyone, Jack Zaloga, class of 2010. Just want to give a special shout out for the 10-year anniversary of us winning the New York State Basketball Championship. To this day, it is the greatest team I ever played with and the greatest coach I've ever played for. Thank you, Coach Domel, for teaching us so much, not only about basketball, but life itself.
Hey, great thoughts of those days, that day in 2010 when we went up to Glens Falls on a Sunday. We had a shoot around and a meeting in the morning, and after going over a game plan with the guys, I didn't know how we were going to enact it. It wasn't much time for preparation. As you know, we played Saturday and got ourselves into that championship game. But in looking at Half Howells in their game against East High, we recognized that there were some things that might be able to take advantage of. So I hope everybody enjoys the playback. Bro Nation Day is big for us, especially at this point in time. We feel heartbroken for our seniors who have gotten kind of cheated out of the last few months of school here, and I think you guys can reflect back to your senior year at the close and know how much it meant to you. So hopefully keep them in your prayers. I know we won't be back at school the rest of the year, but hopefully we can get into the gym sometime over the summer and start working towards next year. Love you.
Liked Bruce Pearl quite a bit, the head coach of Tennessee, and chose that school.
Well, Pearl has a pretty outgoing personality.
I can see where players would like him. He's outgoing. Seems like a fun coach to play for.
And he makes both to tie the game at 2.
Man, you know, we had a great season leading up to the game. Previous game we had beat the defending state champions, and you know that was a great game, and I think that gave us a lot of confidence. So we just went into that game with a lot of confidence. We really depended on each other, especially defensively. I mean, I mean, I just think we were really confident.
Too many poor defensive transition
we had
situations.
one more game to
This
go
game's
to
going to
get
be
that
hard enough. Here it
title,
is.
we're gonna
Did
get
put up a very
everything
strong
back.
shot there. I think he expected a foul call.
Cancer at the point guard. It's a very good team. That's the way they play. Weaver with a take to Cancer. And he'll bring it back out, and they're going to call a double dribble on Jalal.
You just got to be careful if you're CBA how you're going to.
I think the biggest thing that I remember was our game plan. We had shoot around that morning. The coach went over it, what we were going to do. And as soon as he finished and we started walking through it, everybody just believed in it. Everybody had confidence that it was going to work. I knew it was going to work, you know. All the coaches, all the players, it just seemed to be the perfect game plan for the perfect game.
In some transition, your CBA, you're okay if the pace is a little slower today.
Yeah, that's perfect pace right now.
Inside, Harris misses on the first attempt. The rebound out to Dennis. This is a Hollow Hills West team that averages during the regular season 81 points a game.
They'll be challenged to get to 81 today, I think, with the pace being much slower than they're probably used to.
They're only giving up 56. That's the average this year.
And they said they didn't see a lot of zone this year, so they may struggle against this matchup for a while.
I think we out-rebounded them 46-26, and that was really the key to all those little plays. To be honest with you, I don't think we shot the ball well, and I don't think we made great decisions on some of the shots we took.
So, I didn't think so. He's going to be a tough man to overcome right here. This looks easy for him. Good timing.
Weaver open for three right as the shot clock expired. No good. Harris the rebound. And the foul is going to be on.
I think Riley got the rebound. Yeah, Riley got the rebound away from him, and Harris pushed off.
Harris gets an early foul. And the bigs in the last game got into foul trouble.
Yeah, they're a little bit betterly matched, more evenly matched, though, to create foul trouble. I don't think CBA is going to be able to create any foul trouble by throwing it inside.
We did have 14 guys, 15 guys that were capable of going in a ball game, and we utilized quite a few people. One of the greatest assets that we had is that we had a lot of people who could handle the ball. So
again, if you're Coach Domel, you don't mind that shot.
No,
you take that shot all day.
John, you want to let the big man out shooting the threes. You'll live with that all day.
You let him take all of those he wants. But he does have one quick foul, so let's see if they can try to get a situation that maybe they'll get a second foul on him early.
Just a 2-2 score here.
I thought there'd be a low-scoring first quarter. They feel each other out.
Only 3:40 left in the first quarter. Again, that's probably very much to Dave Domel's liking.
Oh, he almost got that one.
Looking inside, and that's Cancer up.
Boy, that was the time right there to get a second personal foul.
Yeah, looked like maybe a foul on Harris, and now they call a foul on Ritter.
That was a huge no call there. That would have been the second foul on Harris. Huge no call. Here it is down here. I couldn't see it well. It looked like a pretty clean block, but you know,
lucky they could have blown the whistle.
Exactly. If that would have been a huge call in this game.
For him to pick up 2 fouls in the first quarter, it would have been. But it didn't happen. In the meantime, Harris launches from the right corner and throws up an air ball. And here comes Ritter up to Cancer. Cancer with the left hand, can't get it to go. Strong rebound inside. The putback is no good, and he will get himself to the line. So good hustle on the offensive boards by Cancer, and he'll shoot 2.
There's the transition here right now. He gets 3. Good effort there.
Stayed right with it.
Yeah, and you'll notice that Harris is a little bit timid on that play. He didn't want to pick up a second foul. He backed off just a hair.
And Tyler Harris gets called for the foul, and that is 2 on Tyler Harris here as Cancer is at the line to give CBA the lead at 3-2. And Harris is going to have to come out of the game. And Chris Cox, number 3 right there, a 6-foot junior, checks in. The Colts of Half Hollow Hills West. It's their nickname, the Colts, and of course for CBA, the Brothers. Harris still out front, not on the blocks. Now
I think our game plan was the same going into every game. Coach did a good job getting us prepared. It may have changed from game to game depending on the matchup. If someone had, a very good player that we had to pay a little bit more extra attention to, but our game plans were always around our defense, a solid team defense, and that really carried us throughout the season. So I don't think our game plan really changed going into this game, other than doing what we've been doing all year that got us to that point.
and one.
Yeah, they got in trouble with the transition, with the turnover there. Nothing good was going to happen out of that. The worst possible thing happened for CBA. A layup and a foul. Here it is again. Goes hard to the basket. Extends. Yep, good call. He was moving. So some early trouble here for CBA. They got to weather the storm.
Shot is no good, and the rebound to Cancer.
When it comes to the game plan, Coach Simone deserves all the credit.
Number 15 for CBA.
He told us that if we could limit the easy baskets around the rim for half hollow hills, that we'd have a great chance to win. So what he drew up was our 3-2 matchup zone, which would limit those types of baskets and force half hollow hills to beat us from the outside. It ended up working to perfection as we were able to force them into tough shots and a low shooting percentage.
I think it's worth throwing in there a couple of times. See if we can get him to leave his feet, maybe get a third foul.
They didn't take him out.
No.
Any big play you can look back at, big shot, dunk, steal, charge taken.
I can't really pinpoint one thing, being lost in the game, but I just feel like there were multiple times throughout the game where backbreaker, offensive rebound,
straight in, and a foul is going to be called on Emil Blackman, and that'll be 2 shots for Cancer at the line.
Half Hollow Hills West crying for a foul call down there at the other end. It's good penetration. That's the way to attack the baskets. So CBA's right of the ship here a little bit. They're hanging in here at the first quarter. Chance to cut it to 2.
One more shot for Cancer at the line. And Ritter still on the bench. Probably leave him sit there for the final 142 perhaps of the first quarter. So a 3-point game. The extended zone defense here.
Yeah, back into that matchup.
There's a few things that stand out to me about that team. And first is really how we embodied the meaning of being brothers. We laughed with each other. We hung out outside of basketball. We fought for each other when people were down and out and they needed support. We were there to have each other's backs. We fought with each other. Brothers tend to do. They butt heads every once in a while. But we understood that we all had one common goal in mind, and we were willing to sacrifice for that goal.
Cancer. We're tied at 7.
Very important shot earlier in this game to pull him even.
This is with Ritter out. Final 35 seconds. Sledge lost control of the ball. Stripped away by Cron. Cancer up with it. Dennis had a look, drives in. Malby short on the jumper. And the big man is going to push it. Little 3-on-2 action. Cox misses the shot. Last touch by Half Hollows West. It'll be CBA ball with 5 seconds to go.
There. Fast-paced action at a point-blank layup, no call. A chance of an offensive.
Thing just flowed. I remember when the game started, I was a little nervous, but I knew that if we could take their first punch, that they were going to come out fast and try to just get us out the gym, that we could win. And they did. They came out real fast. Tobias scored, their point guard scored. They seemed to be really clicking, and then Coach DeMello called a timeout, and I just remembering thinking, that's it. That's all they got.
State championship right here on Time Warner Cable Sports.
Half Hollow Hills had a hard time figuring out our matchup zone. I still remember one of their players yelling out, "It's a 2-3 zone." It wasn't a 2-3 zone, and this just showed me that we were doing a good job of confusing and frustrating them. In fact, Half Hollow Hills had a season low in points that day.
Up ahead on the left side of Harris. He's been quiet too. Called for an offensive foul and a charge. And a quiet first quarter for him. And a jump ball as Ritter reaches in. And jump ball. Possession arrow favoring Hollow West. Cameron Ritter, good player in this CBA program, one of our News Channel 13 All-Stars.
They are struggling to get a decent shot here. This is working in CBA's favor, of course. Slow tempo, shot clock violation.
Andrew in Albany and Peg in Rochester. If you're listening, we thank you for your hard work on the.
You know, really for me, it was something else. You know, the team really accepted me. You know, I was one of those guys that was very fortunate. I didn't play basketball my sophomore, junior year. I had to sit and you know, kind of watch the guys out there play. And you know, CBA historically was always a great team. And my senior year, when you know, the dust settled with me, everything was kind of figured out. You know, I was excited to kind of jump right in, and the team really accepted me. They let me mesh very, very well with the team, and you know, I really do believe that really led to the success of the team. You know, and I'm very fortunate. And
I think he has to decide how he wants to attack this zone. You know, they seem to be a little spread out, so we'll have to see what he does to try to attack this zone. Maybe. Vice Harris at the high post. Try to get him the ball at the high post, let him turn and face. But
yeah, so far the defense of CBA is causing some problems here early on.
It sure has, you know. And
CBA, give them a lesson. State champs 2010. Jen in Burn Hills watching our broadcast. Thank you, Jen. Max Weaver is back in. Chaz Lott with the ball.
It's like a little 1-3-1 kind of trapping situation here by Half Hollow Hills West. And they're going to stay with the 1-3-1. It's like they're in a 1-3-1. Yeah, they're going to play a little 1-3-1 defense here. That might protect Harris a little bit too.
Weaver for three. He's got it.
And always good to make your first three-point shot on your first possession against the zone. Puts a little doubt in the coach's mind.
Signer and then Weaver back-to-back three.
And the individual sacrifice everybody made to accomplish our goal. Whether you were Coach Stromel, you know, and you're staying up to 6 o'clock in the morning the night before the state championship game, watching film, you know, making sure the game plan was perfect to execute against a team that had a future NBA lottery pick, or you were Cam Ritter, Jalal Cancer, and Max Weaver, who they went to any other school, they'd be able to shoot 20-plus times a game. Or if you were a second five, that would have probably been the second best team in the section if they were to left CBA. Or even the last three guys on the bench, you know, my trio members, Max Mayslack, Dirty 30, and Esther Reynoso, who if they went back to their public schools, they would have been starters and probably the leading scorers of their teams. But instead, they decided to sacrifice and stick it out and be part of something that was bigger than themselves. You know, I'd like to think that that CBA team had quite an effect on the school as a whole during some uncertain times.
Boy, that was a quick up the court. Harris down the lane, and Tobias throws it down. And we are tied at 13 and a timeout.
Somebody's got to get back. Somebody's got to be back for CBA, no matter what kind of defense they're in. But they certainly can't let that happen very often. So, you know, that's a situation that Somebody's got to be assigned to be back on defense for CBA to prevent that from happening. Probably two people ought to be back, Roger. Make them earn their baskets. They're struggling to score against the half-court zone.
You can see how dangerous a team half Hollow Hill.
After that first punch, my confidence went through the roof. Our team confidence went through the roof. Everybody started making shots. Max started making some threes. Jalah's defense on Tobias was unreal. Our matchup 2-3 zone was kind of great. We were moving as one team. On offense, we didn't care who got the right shot, but when we got the right shot, it went in. I guess you do need a little bit of luck in that sense.
Ritter, shot blocked by Harris.
Again, there's nobody back on defense here.
Sledge goes baseline. Lott comes up with a steal.
Very poor play there. No place to go. He just threw that up for grabs. Got some.
Cancer starts to drive. Weaver. Short.
Here they go again.
Quick
So that leads me to my next question. Tell me about the other team. What was it like playing against Tobias Harris?
I mean, it was great, you know, especially see where he is today. You know, that's something we're always going to be able to look back on. For me personally, you know, I was able to watch and study Tobias from early age. Cam played with Tobias for a number of years over at City Rock. So when I was there, you know, any tournaments that we were at, you know, I was able to watch and study his game. So, you know, you didn't really have that sense of awe, at least for me, when we played against him. And I think that kind of resonated throughout the team, you know, Cam having that familiarity with Tobias and, you know, me just seeing him as much as we did, you know, I think we were able to share that with the team. And I mean, I think we went in there, you know, ready to go. So, again, it's great to see where he is today and know that, you know, we all played on that same floor as him, you know, him being in the NBA and playing with some of the best players in the world.
Cancer gives CBA the lead, 15-13.
Again, that's a good spot for Harris over CBA. Way out there. Let him take that shot. Nice rebound effort.
And a foul on Blackman.
Great effort by Blackman there from the high post, I think he came.
And Dennis is going to get whistled for the foul. That's a strong rebound and a good move here.
A nice move around the left hand. Excellent. And again, I think Harris backs off just a hair with those two fouls.
So Blackman, Emil Blackman will shoot two. He's a sophomore, 6'3". Kind of tie the game. One more shot coming, and we're going to wipe off the basketball.
I don't think, like you said, Roger, half Hollow Hills West will approach their 81 points a game today.
No,
not at this pace.
Nope.
And the lower the score, I think the better the chances are for CBA. A game in the 40s, low 50s.
Second shot, good, made them both, and we're tied at 15. They're not coming out of the zone press.
No, I think they like this zone right now. It seems to have helped them.
Weaver and Cancer get it across. Cancer driving in. Dish to Weaver off the glass.
Nice penetration. Nice penetration and a nice kick.
Max Weaver gives CBA the lead by 2. Harris long on the jump shot. Cancer tracks down the rebound. Long pass up ahead. That's Jack Riley. Can't get it to go. And then Cancer comes up with a steal. And they say he went out of bounds, and they go back over to Hollow Hills West. Good hustle by Galal Cancer there. Every once in a while we have moments of really, really fast, and then And then it settles
I don't
down.
think we're going to see very many moments of really, really fast tonight. If CBA has anything to do with it, they have a lot to do with it. This zone is slowing the pace. They're taking the time on offense.
Do they still look confused to you in the zone here?
Well, they're doing some things. I think they look a little better at it.
You got to make jump shots, and they're not doing that. And Cancer out-hustles everybody, throws it up to Ritter, and he slams it home. And a 4-point lead by CBA 19-15.
Something I have to mention was our fan base. Oh man, the crowd was crazy. Quite honestly, I don't remember half Hollow's fans. I think our fans took over that arena that day. Whether it was alumni, teachers, parents, brothers, sisters, friends, people who just supported CBA throughout the years came out that day. The crowd was huge, it was roaring. They were never quiet the entire game. Even when things looked down, you know, you could look into the stands, you could look at any one person, and they were cheering for you. It didn't have to be your family, it didn't have to be your parents, brother, sister, but anybody. They made eye contact with anybody in the fans. You could just see that they truly believed as much as we did that we were going to win that game. And then celebrating at the end, you know, pointing to them, letting them know that we love them, and just feeling that love. You know,
but still, if you're CBA, you got to be pretty satisfied where this game is right now.
You know, hang around, and see what happens in the fourth quarter.
Back to man-to-man.
Ritter. And he'll shoot too. Cameron, one of those players we talked about. Coach that can create his own shot, can get to the rim. Cameron is one of those guys.
Yeah, he's quick, strong, excellent player.
And again, we
deceptively strong actually for his frame, and he has pretty good quickness and strength.
Said it once and we'll say it again. Well coached with Dave Domel.
They have an excellent game plan here today.
5 points for Ritter.
Believe it or not, Roger, I think halftime is going to play a big part in this game, to see what kind of adjustments Half Hollow Hills West makes at halftime.
Joe Krong back in. And Ritter coming back out again. I still think he's got like a cut or something on a chin.
Must be something bleeding, yeah.
And the trainers or staff taking a look at him. Harris been a little quiet here.
Yeah,
Sledge for three. Harris the rebound. Put back no good. Harris go back up. Stripped and a foul on Cancer.
Good effort by Harris. A much more determined Harris on that one. I think he felt like with 2 minutes to go, he was going to take a chance on getting his third foul. He went after the ball hard off the boards. Real good hands here. He gets swiped right there. Coach Domel wanted a hand on the ball that time, but I think he got him.
That is the second personal foul on Cancer, by the way. Harris at the line. No, not many players turn down the opportunity to play the carrier, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, really.
Boeheim usually gets those.
I would say, yeah. Except probably a little warmer in Tennessee.
Yeah. 3-point game.
2-point game.
Buck 30, 2-point game, buck 30 to go. Weaver open, he knocks those down. Missed that with Krog rebound. Blocked by Harris.
I like the attempt, though. Why not? Try to get that third foul.
Signor for three, no good. Weaver with a foul. Max Weaver. And Harris at the other end misses. Out of bounds, last touched by Hollow Hills West, CBA ball.
Very close to a third personal foul on Harris, though. A no call on a potential charge call. Coach Domel wanted it, too, I think.
And I like the move, and there's Weaver. Just, you know, that's instinct. You know what? Go get the rebound.
Yeah.
They took Harris out.
Take
which is
Harris
a smart
out
move
for the last minute of it.
Sure. Yeah. Don't want him to pick his third personal up. So he comes out, and that's Chris Camus, number 21, who's checked in for the final minute here of our first half of play. Dennis drives in to Signor. Cam Ritter, well guarded, and maybe too well guarded. Foul on Aaron McCree. And that's going to be a 1-and-1. That's his second personal foul. And Cam Ritter to the foul line.
Well, they're bringing Harris back in on offense.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know. I would say for 44 seconds, if I'm coaching, I'm leaving him out for the final 44 just so I don't have to take any chances of him getting his third.
I think you're right, Roger, because there might be a potential charge situation down here. Maybe he spoke to him. Maybe they've done this before. Look, this is a situation. You don't charge to the basket. You don't go over the top.
And Ritter makes both. They said Ritter bit through his lip.
Bit through his lip, huh?
Yeah. And he's back in there, knocking down some foul shots. CBA's biggest lead of 6 points. Biggest lead of the game for either side.
Big play right here.
And an offensive foul. They call it on the floor.
No.
Let's see. We have one official said one thing and the other said another. Let's see what it is.
Coach Madirana knows what he's doing. He put Harris in for a scoring opportunity.
Yeah, offensive foul.
Oh my God!
And that was the official closest to it called an offensive foul.
I didn't see that.
There it is. They're saying
the hand. He goes in with his hand. I see.
There.
I see it now. So.
They got him for the charge.
Coach Weiland, you were right. Just like you said, you put him in for 40 seconds.
Yeah,
he picks up his third.
There you go. And it's not worth it.
Apparently not, huh?
Harris, 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 blocks. His body of work.
So a critical foul in this game right now, boy.
CBA with the ball up by 6 points. Weaver has it. Ritter, cross-court pass. Now Dennis. A runner in the lane. He's got it. With 6.1 seconds to go.
This kid is bleeding again?
Yeah. Maybe.
What are they? I don't know why they're blowing the whistle. What are they blowing the whistle for? I'm not sure why they stopped the clock there.
That was a nice runner, though, by Josh Dennis.
Great shot.
With 6 seconds to go in an 8-point game now for the brothers, up 27-19. At the buzzer, good if it goes. Short on the jumper by Sledge. That is the end of the first half, and CBA against the #1 team in the state has an 8-point lead, 27-19.
So going into halftime, we're up by 6 points, and we're feeling pretty good. But at the same time, we've talked amongst ourselves, and we feel we could even play better in the second half. So going into the third quarter, we had a point of emphasis to start really strong and really take control of this game.
In the AA state championship game at the Civic Center in Glens Falls, New York. And CBA, the brothers, have a lead of 27-19 over Half Hollow Hills West from Suffolk County. CBA out of Section 2. Roger Weiland courtside along with the coach, John Quattrochi. And I would say when you look at this first half, CBA defensively with that zone has caused some problems with Half Hollows West. And now their big guy, Harris, has 3 fouls.
3 fouls, so the stars might be aligning here right for CBA. You have a team that's averaging 81 points a game, and they got 19.
Yeah.
So obviously they're doing something well. I think it's a really big halftime for Half Hollow Hills West. Decide how they're going to attack this zone. There's a lot of ways to do it.
How would you do it?
Well, you can screen the zone with a high post ball screen. You can screen the baseline. You can flash players to the middle. You need a little more movement, obviously. Some coaches run their man-to-man offense against the matchup zone because it has man-to-man principles.
Harris has been outside more than he has inside. Now that he's got those 3 fouls, it's even more difficult to get him down low because he could pick up his 4th down there.
Well,
somebody takes a charge.
It negates him in a lot of ways. I thought we saw at the defensive end he wasn't dominant on the defensive end. Now he's got problems. If he gets one quick foul here in the third quarter, they're going to really got problems. So CBA had almost a perfect half, maybe a couple of too many turnovers, maybe a couple of too many transition baskets, but almost a perfect half for them as they've carved out this 8-point lead and holding this high-powered team to 19 points.
Let's take a look at some highlights, and I would say Tavon Sledge offensively has been the guy. He's got 9 points.
Well, thank God for them. I mean, he made a couple of jump shots, gets to the rim here, lays it up. That was one of the transition situations that CBA wants to avoid.
And Galal Cancer has 7 points countering for the brothers of CBA. Good outside shot there.
That was a 3 against the 1-3-1 zone. Here's a penetration of the left hand around Tobias Harris.
And let's take a look at our Hippos halftime game stats. And shooting percentage is 32-26. Neither team, shooting the ball great. CBA's made 3 threes.
And
that's been big.
Really, we're outworking them on the boards.
And look at the boards,
they
23-13.
Really are outworking them on several parts of this game, and that's a great job they've done on the boards.
Now, if you're CBA in the second half, you talked a little bit about, West Hollows. If CBA, you just stay the course, right? You've played very well.
A little bit about transition defense, saying, look, we got to make sure we're back. I mean, they have 23 rebounds because they're really pounding the boards, but their defensive balance has been a little bit off. I would talk about that a little bit. I would talk about their 1-3-1. We're probably going to see a little more 1-3-1, but I wouldn't be too nitpicky.
I'm laughing because my producer has said that somebody just had a shout out. Her name is Giselle, and she wants to know if there's a prize. If she could win a prize, if anybody out there could spell your last name correctly.
Well, I guess it would be, right?
I can.
We'll give him one of our Tic Tacs here for a second.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Start of the third quarter, right around the corner. We've got a good one here in the AA state championship game, and it's CBA on top, 27-19 on Time Warner Cable Sports. And we are back in Glens Falls. Halftime CBA up 27-19. The New York State High School Basketball Championships, Boys Championships on Time Warner Cable Sports. Brought to you by Hippos. Hippos Home Entertainment, your local home electronic experts. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on your car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO, and by your Upstate Ford dealers. Spread the word. Matt Forty and Brendan Slater and Penny Kula and Pete Dudley and Artie Smallwood, our audio guys. Happy birthday to Tony Tidy Fernari. Engineering Steve Alifano and Scott Nadler. The video replay, Chris Cookie. The editors, Joe Walsh and Laura Remia. The graphics are Audrey Joyle. The desk producer is Matt Quackenbush. The stat man, of course, the great ruffian, the Ruffin gang, Tim and Mike, who, yeah, right, he doesn't say a word, and Trevor Eck. Commercial coordination is Andrew Gabrils. And the technical director, our good friend Matt Satlin, glad to have him back. And George Fellows, special thanks to the Holiday Resort Inn of Lake George, Michael Spillman, Doug Kenyon, Jen Holick, John Quigley, Frank Clementi, and our producer extraordinaire, Mr. Greg Bobbitt. The crew is phenomenal from start to finish, and it's been a long weekend and a job well done by all of our supporting staff. Underway here in the fourth quarter. Inside shot, no good. Max Weaver fighting for it in there, and it's going to be CBA ball. As Emil Blackman had a really good look down low and could not convert on the first possession for Hills West. Just figured that out, Coach. You don't need to say their whole name. You can just call them Hills
that's
West.
Good. Great.
That's how they are referred to.
I don't say it our voice. Hills West. Okay.
Hills West. You're good to go on that. Dennis. Bounce pass to Riley. Cancer said, I'll take that.
Wow, he's fast.
Oh, he's so quick. Here comes Sledge in a hurry.
Wow, that was coast to coast, no kidding around. I'm taking it, I'm making it.
Not the first time we've seen him do that here this afternoon. Now a 6-point game.
Again, there's that transition defense. You got to get back and have somebody help him. He's just too quick to guard one-on-one. Trying to force the action a little bit here.
Weaver, outside shot, short off the front of the iron. Cancer with a rebound. Good box out.
Nice move.
Jalal with now 9 points for Cancer in the game. Back to an 8-point lead for the brothers.
Nice left-hand penetration there.
See if they get the ball to Harris. three-point shot is no good by McCree. One and done as Ritter gets the rebound and the push to Weaver.
That's just not their style. They'll back it out a little bit here, especially in this game.
Passes out of the double team and then gets it right back.
Content to take their time.
Ritter, pull-up jumper. Good.
They have this pace right where they want it. Take their time, work the clock.
Biggest lead of the game, 10 points by CBA, 31-21. Harris drives baseline, misses the runner. Ritter, up ahead, Cancer. Harris the rebound. Wow. It goes again. That time it's blocked by Ritter. Blocks the shot from Tavon Sledge. Riley working low against Harris. Blocked the shot he wanted there, but Cancer has it on the rebound.
Man in the right.
At that time, obviously going up against Tobias Harris was a huge challenge. I had played AAU with him for 2 or 3 years, and I knew how good he was and how hard it was going to be to stop him. Mr. Basketball that year, all the accolades, and the only thing left for him was to win a state championship. So I knew, the team knew that if we wanted to win, it was going to have to be the perfect game, and I think we played the perfect game.
Time, but great help from the other side.
That collapsing zone defense.
Great help and a careless pass. They can't afford to do that.
And Harris. Is that going to be an offensive foul? Count the no. Offensive foul is the call. As Jack Riley had his feet set to take the charge.
That was kind of an in-between kind of call. I don't know what both officials had it the same way, though.
Was that a delayed call?
I didn't know what exactly was happening. Here he's coming with his left hand. He fakes a little bit. He was set pretty good.
He was set good, and that's 3 fouls on Harris, Coach.
So both Harrises have 3 fouls, is that correct?
That is correct.
Tobias and Tyler?
Tobias and Tyler Harris, who comes in as their best outside shooter, and we haven't seen much of that yet in this game.
What was the crowd like?
Oh man, you know, our fans, they were both games in force, and that was great. You know, I remember seeing fat heads of our players in this crowd, a nice student section. You know, our parents were always there, staff, you name it. I mean, we always had great crowds, so that support was everything. Our classmates, everybody.
On Joe Krong.
When they rush, they get a little bit of trouble. So they just take their time, they seem to be fine. You know, Hills West.
It was the same thing every single game, kind of going into it. We had, you know, our game plan. You know, we knew they had, you know, good players. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, we stuck to our game plan. We did what we needed to do. You know, we had a few sets. You know, we were organized. We knew, you know, we knew what the city ball was like, and we pulled it out.
Offensive set. Sledge misses. Rebound by Dennis, and a foul is going to be called on Chris Cox. That's just fundamental basketball there. That's good position by Josh Dennis.
Tagged the basket pretty well. Or didn't put up much of a shot. He was looking for contact, but he got himself too far underneath. And then over the top.
Dennis is right there. And an over the top call against Chris Cox. And a timeout with 3:41 to go in a 12-point game. And the pace has never turned up as much as Hills West has wanted it today. And that's been a big part of the storyline.
Sure has. I mean, they're dying to go. Get the ball in Sledge's hand and let him go. But when CBA gets back in a 5-on-5 situation, they struggle.
You can see in that huddle there, Harris very vocal. Tobias Harris very vocal in that timeout. Win this one for Brother Al. 50 years at CBA, Jeff and Gilderland. Jeff, thank you for the email, and there you go. Win one for Brother Al, 50 years at CBA. Well, they're trying, and they're up 12. Here we go. Hills West, 8 possessions this half. 0 shot attempts.
0 shot attempts.
For Tobias Harris.
Wow.
Well done there, Great Ruff. We thank you for that.
It sounds easier than it is. It's just hard to get him in a position where he can catch it and shoot it. You know, he's surrounded all the time by 2 or 3 people.
Well, this is a game for Hills West where some of his teammates are going to have to step up, you know, make some shots if they're going to come from 12 down. They've gone to the press now. Full court trapping press.
Gets out of it, though.
Weaver gets around it. And then a foul from behind on
That's
Tyler
not an
Harris.
automatic foul. I don't know if that was an automatic foul or a tip away.
And that is 4. That is 4 on Tyler Harris.
No wonder he's upset about his 4th foul being that play.
So he's going to come out of the game with 4. And Emil Blackman will check back in.
Blackman played pretty well in the first half. I would assume that he's going to continue to play well.
Tyler Mulvey is back in for CBA. His first minutes of this third quarter. And inbounding the ball is Dan Casado. Puts it into Cancer. Cancer drives in, shot blocked by Harris. Boy, makes that block just look so easy.
Yeah, I think that
gets up there, and that's 5 blocks today by Tobias.
He is long-armed, isn't he? Here he comes again and makes it look easy.
Yeah, he's one of those players, coached in a couple of years, maybe even next year, will say he played here at the Westfall Civic Center. We remember the matchup with CBA. Weaver can't connect. Good hustle, though, and the rebound by Krong. Fresh shot clock for the brothers. Wide open, Cancer.
Great ball movement by CBA that time. Great unselfish play.
Boy, they're putting it to Hills West right now, although that man always has a quick answer today.
Sure
Tavon
does.
Sledge. And a foul on Sledge. Cancer really on his game offensively. 2 fouls on Sledge now.
That was really a nice play. They found the open man. 1 pass, 2 pass, sets his feet, lets it go. No doubt about it.
Yep. Scouting report would tell you don't leave Cancer that wide open.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He's very capable of knocking down that. Nobody around him. Cancer has the ball taken away. Here comes Sledge again. You're not going to catch him.
Not going to catch him, and that's the one thing that troubles you if you're a CBA. You know, you can't turn this thing over. Just make him set up.
And Hills West calls the timeout after the made basket by Sledge. And I talked about a player that would have to pick up the scoring slack because Tobias Harris has not been a huge factor here today in the scoring department. And there's your guy, Tavon Sledge, has been doing it.
He's having a good game, and when he gets out in the open court, there's no catching him, like you said. Got to try to control him. Keep the ball away from him if you're a CBA. He's just too quick.
And a reminder, folks, when this game is over, stick around. We'll have an extended post-game report. We'll show you the awards ceremony for the AA. We'll talk to the winning coach and player. That's immediately following today's game here. The final one for us. We did 3 championship games yesterday, D, C, and B, and today the Class A. The Jamesville DeWitt winning, and now the AA's to close it out.
If you're Hills West, you want to be able to put this press on just about every possession on the rest of the game to try to speed them up.
Casado and Krong break the press. And now Cancer goes in, kicks out, open. Casado short on the jumper. Harris the rebound, but CBA steals it. And Joe Krong lays it in.
A fortunate turn of events there for CBA.
Here comes Sledge, out of control. Barreling down the lane, out of bounds to Hills West.
Well, he is their best offense right now. I like what he's doing, just to go to the hole, see what happens.
He was really...
He's fearless, isn't he?
He was on that.
Here's a quick pass, a one-hand pass by Harris, was probably ill-advised.
15 points for Sledge.
More important to have possession there.
7 of 14 from the floor. A lot of those are driving layups.
Everybody was hitting on all cylinders all game. At halftime, I just remember thinking that, we could really do this. We're really going to pull this off. Just another 16 minutes of basketball, and the state championship was ours. We came out again, and even though sometimes teams lull after halftime, we didn't. We were all locked in. We were all focused. We were all ready to finish the job that we started. the beginning of the season. It was our only goal of the whole season. We didn't
Now to have a chance to make a three-point play.
Here's a breakaway. I think he was going to try to block it and change his mind at the end and trying to avoid him and just made a very poor play.
Well, he just gave him a push as he was going up for the shot. So Krong at the line. And we'll go back to the stat here, Coach, after Krong's foul shot, which is good. Biggest of the game for Dave Domel and the brothers. 41-25, 0 shot attempts for Harris in this second half.
I like his shot attempts.
Sledge has 17.
You know, I think it might be just better skipping the ball across to Harris and let him drive.
Ball all over the place.
Great effort that time.
And off the Sledge. CBA ball.
Sense a little bit of frustration.
So let's take a look at what was probably the most talked about and most disputed call of the entire state championship game. With about a minute left in the third quarter, Jalal Cancer threw me a pass to midcourt. As I was going to catch the pass, the ball got knocked out of my hands. But a foul was called. A lot of people at the time were upset with this call, thinking that it was a clean steal. But being 10 years later, I'm so happy I finally get to set the record straight. As I was going to catch the pass, I got hit in the back of the head. The ref, seeing that I got hit in the back of the head, correctly made a foul call. This led to Tobias Harris fouling out of the game, which was a huge momentum shift. I'm just glad that I get to tell you guys that I got hit in the back of the head, because I knew that I got hit in the back of the head. Tobias knows that he hit me in the back of the head, and now you know that I got hit in the back of the head.
To bring the ball up. Don't bring it up on him. He's going to take it off you.
Now, Dave Domel told me going to have to handle the pressure. That's what they're going to have to do right now because the pressure has been turned up. And they get Tobias Harris, and now a technical foul.
Tobias Harris gets a technical foul. A questionable call at best by the official, and I thought was a clean steal.
Now,
so this is a big
foul. He gets thrown out of the game.
No. Personal foul.
That's 5.
Is that 5 fouls?
That's 5.
Oh, that's
five.
right. That's 5 fouls.
So Harris is gone with 1:10 to go in the third. Here it is. Yeah.
You know, that's a question of foul there. I just don't think you can make that call. You know, if he happens to hit his head incidentally, that's not a call that's going to affect that play. That was a steal. So this is a big, big turn of events here. A 4th personal foul, a 5th foul on the technical, and I believe he's done.
Yeah, that would do it. You got the 4 fouls, and then the technical.
But a real questionable foul call, I thought, at half court there in that situation.
I do agree that was a tough whistle there.
I
for
mean,
Hills West.
Especially, I mean, you certainly don't want to favor any players, but you know, good referees, and I'm not saying these guys are not good referees, but referees know who has the fouls.
8 points, 5 rebounds, 5 blocks, and yeah, he is done.
Referees know who the top players are and how many fouls they got, and in that situation, I say you let that one play on because it just affects the game too much. So now, the game for Hills West has changed dramatically. They're going to be down quite a bit here.
Well, he's been in foul trouble right from the beginning here tonight. Max Weaver makes the foul shots.
If you're half of Hills West here, Hills West, I think you go full court, trap all over the place, and try to just widen this, make this a runaway game.
Weaver makes both of them. And the ball out.
Put your small, quick team in there, start pressing. Try to get the tempo as fast as you can get it.
Ritter brings it across. They are going to get after it defensively.
CBA's 1-on-1 now.
And they come up with a steal, and Weaver with a foul. The steal was made by Blackman, and a foul on Weaver with inside a minute to play. That's 2 fouls on Weaver, but only the second team foul on CBA.
CBA's in the 1-on-1 now, I believe, all their fouls from now on.
They are indeed 17 fouls against Hills West. Sledge has been the offense anyway today.
Going to the hole.
Getting to the rim, just like that, and one.
Nope.
Oh, offensive foul.
Offensive foul. Half Hollow Hills is becoming unraveled here. Their coaching staff is unraveled. Their players are.
I know there was a lot of talk about the foul trouble that Tobias Harris had and his brother Tyler Harris got into. But be honest, I thought that Tobias got away with a couple of them early. It just so happens that the ones that occurred late cost them immensely. But when he went out of the game, we were already up by 16 points. So he didn't have they didn't really attack our zone very well. We were able to rebound outstandingly. I think that's what kept us in the game. And then we had a lot of scrappy plays, you know, guys diving on the floor, grabbing the ball, keeping it alive, and it ended up in our hands where we could lay it up and in them. And those were some crucial plays.
Let's see who it goes against. It's going to be on Weaver. Weaver picks up the foul, and that is his third on Max Weaver. Weaver's going to come out, and Joe Cron is going to come in. Here's the move by Weaver.
Good Weaver penetration. You got hit a little bit after incidental contact. Good no call there.
McCree leaves his feet, passes back out to Sledge. No good off the back of the iron. Signor the rebound.
Again, CBA will hold for the last one here, I would think. Unless it's a wide open three.
Short. Rebound at 3 seconds to go. The shot by Krong was no good. That's going to be the end of the first half, or the third quarter of play. So CBA is 8 minutes away from their first state championship in school history in high school boys basketball. Can they hold on? They're up 45-29. And Hills West, 5:29 CBA. Start of the fourth quarter of the AA state title game. Harris out of the game. Tobias Harris, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 5 blocks. Picked up the foul, then a technical foul. And that came at the 1:10 mark of the third quarter. Sledge has 19 of their 29 points here in this basketball game this afternoon. Final 8 minutes.
If you're Hills West, make this a track meet if you can. If you're CBA, hang on to the ball. Don't turn it over. Run your offense, play your zone. Get the job done.
Harris and Sledge, the only Hills West players to make a field goal. And Tyler Harris is back in, and he certainly do. He has the ball, had it on the right wing. He's one of their top scorers. Sledge. No good, and Ritter the rebound. Ritter straight into the lane.
Oh, they're feeling it today, aren't they? I'm saying that was going to be a pretty quick shot, but when they go in, you can't shoot them quick enough.
Ritter, Cancer, both on top of their games offensively, and here it is, Cameron.
Off balance, switches to his right hand. You're going to say that looks like a terrible shot to take, but it turned out to be a three-point opportunity.
I wasn't going to say terrible. I was just kind of thinking, I don't know if that's what he wants to do there, but
that might
then it goes in, you know?
That might be a little strong, but I'm an ex-coach, you know?
You can say that.
When I got in these situations, I wanted to run the clock. Let it run a little bit. As the coach that's ahead.
Tyler Harris goes in and out on the shot. And then a foul on the rebound by Signor. Trying to block the shot of Emil Blackman. Emil will get to the foul line for a couple of shots, and the clock stops at 7:17 to go. But a long climb for Hills West here without Mr. New York State basketball. Tobias Harris, who's out for the day, done. Fouled out, and really got into foul trouble, John, early. It really wasn't that big of a factor today.
I thought you made the point, Roger. You got that third foul.
That was a big one.
Right before the half. You made that point, and that turned out to be a really pivotal play in this game. You know, if he comes out in the second half with just 2 fouls, it's a different story.
Signor checks out.
But it was a gamble. You know, the coach took a gamble, and he lost on it.
Krong back in. He's got the ball right now.
Got to handle the pressure here.
Got it in the middle, and Cancer brings it across.
And again, there's no hurry. I like their play there. Get it out.
Cancer. Riley with a follow, no good. Cancer back up.
Great hands. Great hands. Like Cancer to get that ball and lay it back up. Terrific. And again, I think every possession CBA has to make a decision. Are they going to push the score and try to score at the end of the press, or get it out?
Now they're going to get some good looks here because Hills West in the half court, they're just running at you, double teaming the ball here and there, and there's going to be opportunities here for CBA. I don't even know if they can work the clock that much because of the pressure is going to be so much by Hills West that they're going to get their shots here.
They're going to have to make a decision how they want to handle their advanced situations, either try to score or pull it out. Probably still a little too early to start thinking too much about clock. But
still a long way to go here, but a 20-point lead now, John.
Yeah, that's a lot.
20-point game with 6:55 to go. Sledge. Can't get it to drop. Back up with it. This one's good. Strong in the backcourt. Lost
the problem they're going to have is the pressure. And there you go.
Riley up ahead to Weaver.
Nice look ahead. That's what you're saying. They're going to get some easy opportunities. They got to take them.
Sledge is just going to shoot every time down the court.
Looks that way.
It's blocked.
Looks like Sledge is just going to go.
And Weaver comes up with it. And we got a timeout. Domel noticed that his team was in a little bit of trouble there, and he calls the timeout and gets it.
I think Coach Domel is sending somebody long just about every time. Send somebody long, try to get a layup. They're going to play 5 men, defensive men up in the front court.
We got a shout out for everybody watching, and here it is. Congrats to the CBA brothers on a great season from everyone at your sister school, Holy Names. Thank you for the shout out from Holy Names. And CBA closing in on the school's first ever boys basketball state championship in hoops. And they're the members of the CBA student body on hand at the Civic Center in Glens Falls. Winning coach and player coming up on the post-game show. And we're done. Cancer stuck. Double team. No place to go. Now he has it stolen by Blackman. Then he blocks. Cancer blocks from behind, but they call him for the foul. Cancer with a foul from behind. And Blackman to the line. That's 3 on Cancer. Down by 20. Blackman at the line, shooting 2. Shot is up and good as CBA wins today. They'll go to the Federation tournament as Dennis comes in. Strong comes out. And that would be on the boys' side, CBA girls' side for Section 2 Averill Park girls, winning a state championship yesterday. They're off for the Federation tournament. Both the boys and girls Federation tournaments here in Glens Falls next weekend. Weaver up the left side to Riley. Good ball movement, and they call Ritter for a walk.
Well, there's the dilemma. What do you do at the end of the press? Do you try to score, do you try to bring it out? But I think they've carved themselves out a big enough lead. We're really not going to make much of a difference what they do, Roger.
And you don't know what the mindset is of Hills West right now when their top player is not on the court to give them.
They're going to have a hard time scoring. They're just going to have a hard time scoring enough points.
Harris for 3, short to the left corner, and Riley the rebound. They get it right back. They'll now scramble for it, and we're going to have a foul on CBA. It's going to be a foul on Riley.
It's a little careless with that ball. You have possession of it. Just take your time.
Jack Riley's tough. He's a tough kid, football player.
Yeah.
Scholarship going to lacrosse to Johns Hopkins, and that is 5 on Harris. Well, they called that foul on Harris, not Riley.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. So Harris is done. He is fouled out. I couldn't see it in the scramble over there who actually committed the foul. I thought they called it on Jack Riley. They did not. So Harris, both Harrises are fouled out. Tobias done, and then their best outside shooter, according to their head coach, Tyler Harris. He is now fouled out of the game, and he's not had a good day shooting the basketball against this zone defense of CBA. In fact, he's 0 for 6 from the floor, 0 for 3 from three-point range, and did not score today. So they didn't look. It looked out of sorts against the zone.
I don't think
from the beginning, and they really never got it figured out today, John.
Coach told us he hadn't seen much zone all year. And having not seen much zone, when you see a non-traditional zone, like a matchup zone, makes it even tougher.
Riley makes the foul shots.
And again, not much time to prepare, like no time to prepare. Maybe a walkthrough today, maybe a chalkboard session was all the preparation you had to do.
I mean,
so in their defense, in Hills West defense, they really didn't have much time to prepare for this zone. And I'm sure CBA has used this zone several times over the year.
Yeah. And, you know, and on the flip side of that, you had Dave Domel. He's only, you know, I asked him how many times he saw Hills West play yesterday. Yeah. You know, they obviously recorded yesterday's game as the bucket by Blackman. And they recorded the game yesterday, and then last night he went home and watched the game and put together a scouting report from what he saw.
That's why it's to your benefit to have good players and a good system.
That ball is flying all over the place, and Riley's going to get called for a foul.
Good players with a good system and good coaching can work just about every game, Raj.
Sledge lost his shoe. Puts the sneaker back on. That's the 16th foul, so one more before Hills West would be in the 1-and-1. Sledge, two-point shot is good. And a timeout by Coach Taratana.
Sledge is having a nice game. One of the only bright spots for Hills West.
Yeah, was that 21 now for Taratana? And this is
it's a nice move to his right, stop and pop.
Bang. Good form, everything.
21 out of 38. That's a nice night. He's got
23.
23 out of 38. That's a nice night.
But again, this is a high-scoring Hills West team coming into this game with an average of 81 per game, and obviously they're going to be lucky to get the 50 in this game today. And that's exactly what Dave Domel wanted in terms of the pace of the game.
Somebody's bored with the game, huh?
That's priceless. Find out who that is and make a copy of that. Get it to that family.
That'd be nice.
5:14 to go. CBA ball. And you bet the press from Hills West. Dennis gets it into Ritter. And a steal right away from Sledge, and a push by
just can't fool
Dennis.
Around with
him.
The
thing about this game is
he's so quick.
There's a lot of catching up to do, but the way that Hills West is going to do it is right what we're watching right now.
You know,
coming up with the steals and then stopping the clock and getting back to the line.
Still 5 minutes left in this game, my God. You know, they can score in a hurry. You'd hate to see them, for CBA's sake, a momentum shift like that. For Hills West's sake, you'd like to see 6 points scored in a hurry to cut it down.
This game is not over. And you got to wonder why the Taratana didn't call for this relentless full court press earlier. You know?
Yeah.
Didn't see much of that to start the game. Lane violation.
On the shooter?
On lane violation.
On the shooter, I believe.
On the shooter, yeah.
Got the wrong number. I think he said 25, but...
he meant 23. You see him coming there before the ball even hit the rim. Ritter charging up the court, a foul on Hills West. And it's a double bonus for CBA the rest of the game. 10 plus fouls on Hills West, so you put Ritter at the line. Cameron having a good day, a good weekend for Cameron. He's coming off a 25-point performance yesterday in the semifinals.
Fine player. Can handle the ball and go to the basket. Good shooter.
Ritter 14 points and 6 rebounds for Cameron.
I think his only weakness is he bites through his lip.
Sledge, he's not stopping. Out of bounds, last touch by the brothers. It'll be Hills West basketball. And McCree gets it in. They try to get it right back to McCree, and Ritter picked it off. Up ahead to Cancer. His shot is blocked by Cox, out of bounds to the brothers. He may have been better off there, dumping that off, because he had a 2-on-1. Took it up for the shot. For the shot was blocked by Cox. Cancer into Weaver.
Got a fresh clock here again. I think they got to think a little bit about taking their time here. They're under the 5-minute mark. Rather than do that, that's the point I'm trying to make.
Tried to get it to Cancer, turn it over. Sledge, long three-pointer, good. And that press right again. Lot.
They're feeling a little
Weaver.
Of course, the biggest play of all was when Jack took that charge on Tobias, and that led to him being ejected from the game. And I really think that took the sail out of the wind for those guys.
And again, the Taratana.
I think he's sliding. Here's the deep three.
That is a deep three.
Off the dribble. Really nice looking shot. Hard dribble to his right and the pull up.
I was ready to say
Taylor Sledge can play somewhere.
The Taratana just can't believe I think he feels like he's getting no calls at all today by his reaction. Cancer 16 points and 8 rebounds. 17 for Cancer.
Sometimes it seems that way, but as a coach, when you go back and look at the video, you'll see that you got a fair shake.
One and two. Blocked with the rebound. Sledge. Now we got to push on CBA on Max Weaver.
Wow, what? This kid's a one-man offense.
He gets the ball, drives it straight to the rim every time. That's 4 on Weaver.
Savon Sledge is going to have a career night here tonight. He's got to be approaching 30, I would think.
He had 9 at the half. And he's back at the foul line. Again, these fouls by CBA here, it just stops the clock, and then you make foul shots, and you get a little closer and come up with a steal and score, and the next thing you know, you got yourself back into the game. That's how you're approaching it if you're Hills West right now.
He makes these, he can get it down to 13, and the way that this team can score, 13 is not insurmountable.
No, and a 1-and-1. Sledge makes the first. And there's definitely a little bit of momentum switch here to Hills West, and they try to make maybe, obviously, one final run here with 4 minutes to go. And they're causing the turnover, and now a foul.
My God, I just don't see that foul being made from the referee on the baseline. I mean, there's a referee at half court standing right there, so I just don't see that, Raj. It might indeed have been a foul, but let the man close.
The wrong guy calling it is what you're saying? Yeah.
It could have been. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, it's definitely a foul.
Yeah, I guess in hindsight, maybe the baseline man had the best look at that.
Chaz Lott is at the line. And he's got it.
But I've never been one to second guess an official, Raj, so, you know.
No, I've heard the stories this weekend. We can't even tell them on the air.
Okay.
So, second shot is good by Lott. Sledge lost control of the ball. Scramble for it. Prong on the court. They get a timeout.
Got a timeout.
Prong on the floor after the loose ball, and then they get the timeout.
Prong called timeout as soon as he got to the floor. Heads up play. I don't know how many timeouts they have left. I don't know if they have that figure, but
Possession error would have favored CBA anyway.
Could have went with the tie-up and got the ball.
But a fun weekend, John, of basketball here. This is our 5th game in 2 days. And we've seen some outstanding basketball, as we always do here at the Civic Center in the public high school state championships.
It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch young players compete, and I especially watch coaches trying to do the game plans and figure out the best way to get their team to the championship. It's fun for me to watch.
And you and I spent a lot of time hanging out near the locker rooms trying to get our information prior to, because you know, just to let everybody know, John and I, especially with the out-of-town teams here, we don't see these teams either. We're seeing them for the first time, so that makes it a little challenging on our part to figure out what they're going to do.
Try to grab the coaches a little bit before the game, see what their strengths are, see what their weaknesses are.
3:59 left in this one. The brothers inching their way closer to a state championship in boys basketball. That would be a first in school history.
Well, they're certainly in position here. Don't turn it over and make your free throws.
And they're going to tell Jack Riley he has to come out of the game because he's got a little bit of blood on the back of his jersey. We've had a number of those this weekend. Yeah. There's a little bit of blood on the back of his jersey, and the official just noticed it, and so they're going to send him to get changed.
Yeah, that's by rule. There's no
that is the rule, and it's been well enforced this weekend.
Oh, yeah. He's holding him. Yeah, that's a good call. Can't hold the guy.
So Ritter's going to the line after the hold by Chris Cox. And that is 4 on Cox. 2 shots, double bonus here. And Ritter is probably not the guy you want to hold and foul because he's going to make foul shots. Ritter, a perfect 7 for 7 from the line. So, not the guy that you want to put at the charity stripe.
Yeah, he looks so comfortable there.
He's pretty calm and cool up there, and he's knocking them in. Dan Casado is checked back in, and Weaver's coming out. And it looks like 31 is going to be the new number for Riley as Ritter makes both. Sledge, long 3. This one's way off. They get the rebound, and they hit the jumper by Aaron McCree. Lott up ahead. Layup is good. Layup is good by Dan Casado, and almost a steal by Ritter. 63-45, 3:29 to go. Sledge looking for any seam to get into the lane. Drops it off to Blackman for the layup. And a timeout by Hills West. They came in as the #1 team, Class AA in the state, with the best player in Mr. New York, Tobias Harris. But it has not been the day of either of the two Harrises for Hills West. It has been a day for the brothers of CBA and their fans. They got off to a good start. Good offense by Cancer and Ritter. And then what they do well, John, is they have just the roles, you know, supporting cast around You know, Ritter and Cancer, I would say, and Weaver are probably your top 3 scorers. But then, you know, you bring in, you know, a Chaz Lott, a Joe Krong. You go back to earlier in the game, you had Christian Signor getting a 3-point shot.
They're just a
you know,
good, solid
some
team.
other role guys.
They're a good, solid team, well balanced. Hills West, sometimes as a coach, when you're trying to get your best player shots, you can negate the effectiveness of other players. And that might have happened today, because we're seeing the Half Hollow Hills play a little more effectively offensively when they're just taking the ball to the hole. So,
young man jamming out here at the Civic Center, having a good time. That's what it's all about. They don't guard Lott. They double up everybody else, and Lott gets it right back. Still not across the timeline yet, though. Now he is up ahead of Weaver. Ritter, Cancer, and he'll shoot 2. Very patiently breaking that press.
yeah, they have it under control now, I would think. Make your free throws, handle the pressure.
2 shots. One more. Here comes Riley back in, wearing his new jersey, number 31. Cancer at the line with 1 more shot. He's got 17 points, 9 rebounds. Does Jalal, another member of our News Channel 13 All-Star team. Sledge. Long 3 by Kaufman is short. Sledge misses. Rebound. CBA. Cancer to Ritter. That's been a tough combo today. Aaron McCree runs out with it. To Sledge. Layup is good. Tavon Sledge. Huge offensive game for him today. But time running out on Hills West.
Now, if you don't have anything, take your time.
Yeah. This is where you can work a little bit of the clock and throw it around.
Yep.
Which is exactly what they're doing.
What they're going to do. Why not?
And a foul with 13 to shoot on Blackman.
They let 23 seconds off that shot clock and then foul. It's a little too much time if that's your strategy.
Chaz Lott at the line. He'll shoot 2. And you look at the bench points today, Coach. Hills West, 0.
Is that right?
And CBA, 11. No bench points from Hills West. Sledge, offensive foul. Completely out of control, and Ritter takes the charge. And that is 4 on Sledge, who, by the way, is a junior, so he'll be back next year for this Hills West team. Sledge, 9 turnovers today, and that doesn't surprise me either, because he just, you know, it's a helter-skelter, get it up the court, try to dribble through traffic, and yeah, when you do it like he does all the time, you're probably going to turn it over 9 times. He's made a lot of shots as well today.
You're going to make some mistakes, yep.
Max Weaver's going to head to the foul line next. The parade to the foul line. And that is 5 fouls on Blackman, so he's done for the day. We would like to take a very quick moment, but it's a big moment, to thank all of the sponsors for this weekend. Could not do it without them, and you've heard their names mentioned a bunch, and well-deserved, and we thank you. Thank all of our sponsors here on Time Warner Cable Sports for the Boys Basketball Championship weekend. here at the Glensball Civic Center. Weaver now in double digits with 14. So you got your three guys that I just mentioned, John, Weaver, Cancer, Ritter. They're all in double figures today.
Well balanced attack. You know, a very, very good game plan. Hollows Hills West had a very, very difficult time with the matchup zone, and that was the story of the game.
They're 2 minutes away from the AA state title. After CBA, you don't want to foul. You get a nice big lead here. Inside 2 minutes to go. Not a lot of offense outside of Sledge, even on the floor right now for Hills West. Good move by Chris Cox. Ritter, the lock. That was Cancer. It's a lot up ahead to Ritter. For Riley. Throw it around a little bit, work the clock.
I think the biggest takeaway from the state championship game was just being with the team, being with the coaches, being with my teammates, my senior classmates. You know, we all got along. There was a true culture there. Celebrating with them at the end was just like a huge relief. Like, we actually did it. You know, we set a goal and we completed it. You know, everybody was happy for everybody. Nobody was sad they didn't play. Nobody was sad they didn't score. I couldn't even tell you who the leading scorer was, a rebounder or steals or assist guy. I just remember, you know, just hugging Coach Demel on the sideline, telling him we did it. You know, being the first state championship there in basketball after all the teams that came before us. It's great alumni, you know, paved the road for us to do what we did. And, we had all been at CBA for years and really learned the culture. We learned what CBA was about. We also bought into Coach Demel. Everything Coach Demel said, we went with. Whether we played well doing it or played bad, you know, we never blamed Coach. You know, it was us. We didn't execute it well enough. We didn't do it well enough. You know, Coach always put us in a position to win, and then it was on us to do it. He was tough on us, but I think every player was happy that he was, and I think every player got better under Coach Demel, whether it was the starters or the last guy on the bench. Everybody loved playing for him. I think it was just a perfect team. We had great assistant coaches. We had tough guys. We had funny guys. We had shooters. We had defenders. We had ball handlers. We had playmakers. You know, we had high IQ guys. Our team wasn't lacking anything. You know, a lot of teams we played against had one or two great players, but I really believe we had, you know, 12 to 13 starters. Guys that if they went back to their public school, like Zach Zaloga, Max Mace, like Danny Casado, Esther Reynoso, Joe Krong, Chaz Locke, Christian Lepinen, even guys like Dufort or Signor, if they went back to their public schools, they all would have been starters. And they sacrificed to come off the bench to help us win. And that's what a team really is, and I think we had a complete team. We celebrated a lot. We hung out after, we talked about it. I still talk to guys today about it. It was really a true brotherhood, and I played for a lot of teams after that team, and none of them were the same. Not even in college. That camaraderie just wasn't there. To know that if someone had a task, they were going to get it done. If somebody had an assignment on the court, they were going to get it done. That trust, you know. Josh Dennis, man, shooter, always hit big shots. You know, usually you have to yell at him to shoot big shots. You know, I think each player had more confidence in the teammates than the teammate had in themselves, and that really helped us win.
And they'll still obviously press here and try to come up with steals, and Lott is fouled. I guess they're not going to stop fouling. Foul is on Mike Catapano. CBA 28 of 34 from the foul line.
Very good shooting.
28 of 34 from the line. And the fans, just a matter of time now.
A historic moment for
don't know if Dave Domel thought at the beginning of the year whether this group was a, I don't know what his mindset was way back then, saying, all right, do I have the parts here to make this kind of a run?
At the beginning of the year, most coaches have a lot of questions and not many answers.
Right.
So I would say you're probably right.
But maybe that's something that Marissa will ask in the postgame. We'll have Dave Domel on. A player will also be on our postgame show coming up immediately following this, along with the awards ceremony. You'll see that live. So don't go anywhere, especially obviously you're a CBA fan. Didn't make it up to the Civic Center today, and you have us on. We've got all the postgame celebration and postgame interviews coming up on Time Warner Cable Sports. And timeout called by Hills West. And our Geico player of the game, boy, it was a tough choice.
That was a tough choice.
Goes to DeLaw Cancer. Shooting it from the outside, then taking it in on the drive. That was a good move in the first half, using his left hand. Again, driving in, the runner in the lane with the right hand. Back up with the left hand. Open look, you can't give him that, and they did, and Cancer made him pay. He is our Geico player of this game. 19 points, 9 rebounds. Ritter, 17 points, 6 rebounds. A perfect 9 for 9 from the line. And we'll give you the final stats on Weaver as well, because I know he's...
How did it feel to celebrate with your brothers?
I mean, that's something we've been looking forward to for a long time, especially us that, we've played for Coach Romel for a number of years, to finally be able to reach that milestone. It was just a great feeling, and I don't think we were able to really appreciate it at the moment as much as we do now, looking back into it. So, just to be in that moment and remember seeing pictures or highlights or whatever we could share, just, one of the best feelings ever.
Ledge is so quick. And
never giving up, taking it all the way down the end.
Tried to save it from going out of bounds and knock it off a CBA player, and he crashed the official. And the official is down as he collided with Sledge. And he's still down and now getting up slowly.
It's like an ankle or knee.
And we hope everything's okay there. Looks like he's all right, walking it off. There's 36 seconds left. I would hope to think that Hills West is done fouling here.
The most important part of our state title team was that everybody on the team put winning first. We didn't care who got the points, who got the stats, and who got the glory. We just wanted to win.
And they steal it. Ledge back the other way.
I don't know if they're done fouling, but I hope they're done calling fouls.
Now maybe they run out the clock.
Just foul all they want, just don't call any more fouls.
Lott over to Reynoso. Reynoso, the senior at 5'10", handling the ball. Lott. 1 second to go, and that'll do it. The brothers of CBA are the AA state champions. Congratulations to Dave Domel and his staff and players and the fans. Obviously, with the standing ovation to that team, the first in school history, boys basketball state champions, Dave Domel and the brothers of CBA. We'll come back, a lot of postgame to get to. We'll hear from that man, Dave Domel, coming up next on Time Warner Cable Sports.
Champion of the weekend has been crowned the brothers of CBA over Hills West. They win that by a final score of 71-53. Welcome back here to Championship Weekend. All the coverage here on the Championship Sports Desk, brought to you by Upstate Ford. All right, folks, another great game. We had 5 very good games this weekend, and this one, I think a lot of people wanting to see this Hills West team, wanting to see the Harris brothers. Tobias Harris obviously already committed. He's a senior. He's on the way to Tennessee. But the brothers of CBA had a really good game plan going in. They stopped in. They got both Harris brothers in foul trouble. Tobias actually fouled out in the 3rd quarter, and that really did it. The brothers ran away with it after that. They shot so well from the floor. A lot of those awards being given out right now. The brothers picking up the hardware. Let's go to center court.
Max Weaver. Chaz Lott. Joe Crom, Dan Cusado, Brendan Dufour, Jalal Cancer, Josh Dennis, Max Masalak, Cam Ritter, Zach Zaloga, Taylor Mulvey, Chris Otati, Christian Signor, Jack Riley. The head coach of CBA, they take the plaque. State supremacy in the AA classification, Dave Domel.
Dave Domel brings the brothers of CBA their first state championship. Coach Domel sent his
Pictures speak 1,000 words. Everyone remembers at the end of the game, the ceremony. Just something you don't forget about. Everything that we've accomplished. Shout out to Coach Domel. Shout out to, really kind of everybody.
Section 2 championship games. They've won the Section 2 title 5 of the last 7 years, and now finally their first trip to the state title game, and they get it done. Half Hollow Hills West also, this was their first state title game, but they just fall short. Now, when you look back at the game, we're going to go back to half court in just a second to get some of the individual awards, but you want to talk about this Hills West team and Tavon Sledge. Coming into this game, he was averaging 18 points and 11 assists, a double-double. Out of all of these kids, you got to look at this game and say he was probably the most impressive player from this Hills West team today and maybe all tournament long. Tobias Harris had a monster game yesterday in the semifinals, 25 points and 18 rebounds, but Tavon Sledge, so quick, the point guard really showing his athletic talent. Let's go back out now and get some of the individual awards.
From Half Hollow Hills High School, Tobias Harris. From Half Hollow Hills West High School, Tavon Sledge. Christian Brothers Academy representative, Max Weaver. Also from Christian Brothers Academy, Jalal Cancer. The 2010 Class AA State Most Valuable Player from CBA, Cam Ritter.
the Class AA MVP, 17 points, 6 rebounds in today's game. Ritter, a huge game in the semifinal, 25 points, and that is the reason he is your Class AA MVP. Now, for you folks out there who might be wondering if Cam has decided where he's going to go next year to college, he has not committed anywhere yet, and maybe that was a smart decision. A lot of publicity for this tournament and the Federation tournament coming up, so he gets to show off his talent even a little bit more. And Cam definitely getting some Division I and Division II looks. Has not made a decision yet, but I'm sure within the next few weeks or next month here or so, he will make that decision. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we will be joined by CBA head coach Dave Domel. The brothers of CBA bring home the Class AA title. You're watching it all live from the Glens Falls Civic Center. Falls Civic Center, the brothers of CBA bring home the school's first AA state title in basketball. The brothers beat Hills West by a score of 71-53, and there are the brothers right there with the hardware enjoying this. A great day for CBA, the entire Albany community. They've dominated in Section 2 for so long, been right in the game every single year for about the last decade, and now finally a state championship plaque. Joining me, head coach Dave Domel. Coach Domel, yesterday you had gotten a little emotional and you said, we never got this far. What does it feel like to bring home the school's first title?
I know it's cliche, but words don't describe it. There are a lot of people that hung with me when I was 3 and 18, those first 3 years, and to have these kids come back, and Josh Dennis said, this one's for you, Coach, and I think that meant more to me than anything.
Just a great group of kids. Now, Coach, at the beginning of the season, every year you have so much talent. Did you think that this was the group that could do it, looking back on some of the teams that you've had with Greg Holly and just some really talented players? Did you think this was the team that could get you there?
Well, when Jack Riley came in September and asked me if he could come out for the team, I tried to hold my enthusiasm. I said, certainly, Jack, we'd try to fit you in. I think you don't know what a kid's going to do after taking a 2-year hiatus from basketball, but he's such a great athlete. He came in here and he played defense and rebounded for us, and I think he's a big part of why we did what we did today. We knew Jalal and Cameron could control a game. They're the type of guards that allow you the versatility to play a lot of different people. So, yeah, I guess I was cautiously optimistic, and then these kids played and got better and better. So coming down the stretch, I thought we might be able to do it.
Let's talk about this game for a second. This Hills West team at one point was nationally ranked coming in. You knew about Tobias Harris. A lot of the guys on your team knew about him. They played against each other in AAU.
They play with him.
Exactly.
Cameron plays with him, yeah.
You sat here yesterday, watched the semifinal game. Did you look at what East did? They almost beat them, and you said, we got to do some of those same things. Let's double team them right away. Let's put the pressure on in the press.
Well, I think if you don't learn from what opponents are doing, then you're not doing a good job for your kids. So we tried to make some adjustments. It's nothing that we didn't do during the course of the year. I mean, what I try to relate to the kids is, okay, Troy High had a big team, and we had to play a certain way against them. We're going to have to put that into effect here, and I think that's what they did. They used what they learned during the course of the whole season and put it in effect today.
Defensively, you guys played great. A bunch of steals in transition. Could have been easy buckets for them.
Yeah.
Turned out to be easy buckets for you guys. How much of an impact did those have, those steals?
Not only the steals, taking the charges. When we saw how quickly they could get to the rim, and then trailers rebounding those missed shots, boxing out and getting our hands in the passing lane with premium. And you know, all these coaches are smart. You know, we're all smart, but it takes kids to put it into effect, and they're the ones that do it, and they execute. And I think I'm blessed this year with a group of kids who want to be coached and never give up, and never lose their composure.
Coach, I'm sure you've got a lot of celebrating to do. Can you hang with us for just a couple of minutes? We want to go through the highlights. I'm sure you're going to want to see some of those highlights as well.
Anything for you.
All right, Coach, you're the best as always. All right, let's get right to the Class AA state title highlights. CBA taking on Half Hollow Hills West first quarter. Tavon Sledge, bucket and the foul. The Colts take the lead 7-3. But on the other end, Jalal Cancer hits a 3. Game tied at 7. Not a whole lot of scoring in the first quarter. Fast forward to the second quarter. The brothers hit back-to-back three-pointers, the second by Max Weaver, and CBA is up 13-7. Tennessee-bound Tobias Harris. You heard us talking about him, and there he is making his presence felt. Game tied at 13, but Cam Ritter showing he can throw it down too. And the brothers are up 19-15 right there. Late in this one, Josh Dennis, the senior, gets the floater in the paint. CBA up 27-19 at the break. Third quarter, CBA opens on an 11-0 run, capped by a Jalal Cancer 3. Brothers up 36-21, and they just continue to dominate. Joe Prong on the fast break. Easy layup, soft foul there. He converts on the three-point play. CBA up 41-25. Tavon Sledge with the steal and the slam. Sledge trying to keep his team in it. Very impressive. And then this happens. Tobias Harris going for the steal, picks up the foul, doesn't like the call, reacts. And right there, gets teed up. Fourth and fifth fouls. Harris done in the third quarter. And the brothers just continue to do what they do best, and that is score the basketball. Max Weaver with the bucket. The brothers of CBA win the Class AA title 71-53. They are bringing home the school's first ever title. Let's take a look at some of the stats. Sponsored by Hippo's Home Entertainment. In terms of shooting, both teams just about even. Neither team shot very well from the three-point range, but it didn't matter. They got it done underneath. CBA, look at that, out-rebounded Hills West 46-26. Turnovers just about even, and assists, CBA a little bit better. Tobias Harris held to just 8 points. He did have 5 blocks, but Cameron Ritter, 17 points. Ritter, the tournament MVP. Back here with Dave Domel. Coach Domel, when you look at those numbers, everything is somewhat even except rebounding. And that's a surprise with their height and how big they were. You guys own the glass.
Well, I knew they were going to get up some shots, so that's one of the things I stressed in the meeting today, that we had to box out, that we had to control the boards, because if we didn't control the big man, he can get up there. I think that one dunk, it didn't look very good in the game. It looked worse now.
It was okay. I was down here watching it from here.
Yeah.
Coach, now we want to bring in Roger Weiland and John Quattrochi had the call of this game. I'm sure they have some questions they want to ask you. Guys, you got to be impressed. And you guys both have seen Coach Dave Domel and what he can do in this CBA team throughout the year, but very impressive again here today.
No question. I've been singing Domel's praises for a long time. I think he does a brilliant job in coaching. And I thought, David, you can make a comment on this. I thought that zone defense against them today really caused them problems. They never seemed to be able to get into any kind of flow offensively. How about the zone defense and how effective that was?
Well, I learned that from Coach Tulaski a long time ago, 1970, 71, when we had to play, believe it or not, we had to play Gary Holly. And we had to learn that defense, and we had to try to take those big guys away. Our biggest guy at that time was Richie Smith, and he was about 6'2". So playing against big people was not. I told the kids before the game, we're going to have to be old school CBA here today and try to stop guys inside.
How much time do you spend on that in practice, Coach?
Coach Q, how are you?
How are you, Dave? I really like that zone a lot. I wish I had that when I was coaching. How much time do you spend on that?
Well, it's an offshoot. We try to keep working on it continuously over the year. Anybody that saw us knows that we play a lot of man-to-man, but that's in our back pocket when we need to play guys that are much bigger than us.
Hey, Coach, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you, Raj. Thank you, Coach Q.
Yeah, congratulations, Dave.
Guys, another great job today down there. And, Coach, we can't let you go without talking quickly about the seniors, especially Cameron Ritter. What has he meant to this program?
Well, Cameron is such an instinctual kid. He reminds me of things we're supposed to be doing. So he not only listens to the game plan, he not only studies the game plan, he eats and breathes it. So he's like having another coach on the floor. At the end there, when they were trying to drive the ball to the middle, he came off his guy and naturally sloughed in so that he would discourage Sledge from going into the lane. Now, I didn't tell him that. He does it on his own, and guys play off of him. And, he's just special. Jack, special. Josh Dennis, under the radar all year long, does all the dirty work. And I told him he couldn't shoot the floater. I told him Weaver was the only one I could shoot that, but that was a pretty good one.
He showed you. He showed you there, didn't he? Coach Dave Domel of CBA, congratulations. A great coach, an even better guy. Bob McKinney of Jamesville DeWitt, congratulations.
It was great journey, man. Great journey. Love those guys to death. From 1 to, I think we were at 17 or 18 at that point. Guys moving up to practice with us. We needed everybody. Jack Riley, he came back to us. He had took some time away from basketball to focus on his other sports. Everybody we had, Taylor Mobley, big rebounds, Siggs, big three after big three, JD, Dan Casado. We had some of the grittiest guys out there, no matter who we played against, the guys were stepping up, ready to go. So, I just appreciated playing with those guys for the years I was able to play with them, man. I hope everyone's doing well.
Being a part of this state championship team has given me memories that'll last forever. I consider this my favorite team of all time, as well as my greatest athletic achievement. Go Brothers!
It was just something to look back at, just to smile now, and just it is what it is, and it was truly a phenomenal time, and I would trade it back.
And I'm thankful that I have those memories for the rest of my life. And build those bonds with those 14 other guys. And I can't wait to get together and celebrate, because it's long overdue. I wish everybody well, and go Brothers.
Love you all. Love all those guys that were on that team. It was truly a team. With Jesus in our hearts.